This week I've been working on optimizing my Unity build so that it gets over 60 frames per second, so I'm able to publish it to the Oculus Developer Hub. And so now that I've made a bunch of changes, it's been getting a constant 71 frames per second. So today I'm going to show you how I did that. So the first step is going to go up to the top left corner, click on File, and open up the build settings. So first thing you want to do is click on Android and click Switch. Right here where it says Build, for me it's going to say Switch Platforms. So you want to do that and wait for that to load. The next step is going to make sure that your texture compression is set to ASTC. By default, it's set to use player settings, but you're going to want to change it to ASTC. The next step is going to be to open up your player settings. So the first thing you want to do is open up your other settings and change the color space to linear. Next, you're going to scroll down to under color garment and make sure multi-threaded, static, and compute are all enabled. Make sure to change texture compression format to ASTC. Next, we're going to scroll down even further down to where it says minimum API level and change it to the Android 6.0 Marshmallow API level 23. Next, go over on the sidebar down to XR plugin management. If you haven't already installed it, it's going to say install XR plugin. And then once that's installed, you want to go into the Android tab, enable Oculus, go over to the Windows tab, also click on Oculus. And then you can also go over to the dedicated servers one and also do Oculus. Now that you've installed the Oculus part of the XR plugin, you want to go over underneath XR plugin management into Oculus, click on Android, and change this from multi-pass to multi-view. Now you're going to want to go into your quality settings and change your quality to medium. This helps reduce the amount your computer has to work in order to keep your graphics the highest quality you want them. So you want to make sure it's set to medium so it doesn't necessarily render as much. Make sure you also change your vsync count over instead of every vblank to don't sync. Now we're almost done with the quality settings. There's two more things you have to do. Next is to change your anisotropic textures to disabled and your skin weights to 2 bones. Now this is everything that you do when you first start your project in Unity. Now I'm going to show you what to do later in your build. So first thing you want to do is make sure you have the IO2 CPP plugin installed. I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first step is to open up the Unity Hub. Next, you're going to go into your installs, go to your latest install, click on the cogwheel, click Add Modules, and scroll down to IO2 CPP. As you can see, it's right here. You want to click the box and click Install. Once that's finished installing, you can close out of this and go back into your Unity. Now you're going to want to reopen your player settings and scroll down to configuration. In configuration, you're going to go to your scripting backend and change it from Milo to IL2 CPP. Make sure you've also disabled ARM v7 and changed it and enabled ARM 64. Now scroll to the very bottom of player settings and enable the optimized mesh data. Now go back into Oculus, that's the Oculus tab that's under the XR plugin management, and enable low head mode GLES. That's everything I did in order to get my Oculus running at 71 frames per second. Now to see what your FPS is in game, you want to go over to the game tab, go over to the top right corner of it, click stats. It'll show all the statistics. As you see, FPS right here, but because I'm not in play mode, it's not showing. So now I'm gonna go into play mode and show you what it looks like. So now you can see I'm in play mode. You can see that the frames are at 71 FPS. It's 71 FPS constantly. Walking around, you can see I'm getting 71 FPS, no lagging or anything like that. Walking around the park. Still, Simon's even hitting 72 FPS. And yeah, it's holding constant because the changes I made. And so, yeah, it's a big difference. Before it was making like less than 60, which was really bad, like stuttering around. And so yeah, as long as it's above 60, Oculus should be fine with it. And I submitted mine now, and we'll see what we hear back.